This is a Film Stories original podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to the X-Cast. The truth is in here. I'm your host, Sarah Blair, and you are listening to I Want to Believe Minute, where we examine the second X-Files movie 1 minute at a time. Today, we are exploring minute 92, which runs from approximately 91 minutes, with Scully saying she has work to do here, to 91 minutes and 59 seconds, where Mulder and Scully are in the unremarkable house. Back at it. So, we've got Cortlan, Waters, Bartley, and Cathy Glinski with us today. This is our final minute. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing great.
Yep. Happy to be here in minute 92.
Yeah, we made it. Last minute. We did it. This is a big scene for Skinner. This is Skinner's last scene. And I Want to Believe. It's all about Skinner, right? Scully has said that Mulder is out. He needs warm clothes and fluids. And Skinner's on it. He finds Mulder in the shed. I'm not sure how he knew he was in the shed. I guess he just found him.
Maybe he followed the tracks in the snow.
Yeah.
Again.
Did Scully point?
I think so.
I don't know. He found him, though.
Yeah, he did. He found him.
He did.
And got him in his warm coat.
Wrapped his coat around him. Well, first, Mulder looks at him and he says, Skinner?
Like, very drugged.
Kind of like, yeah,
So
drugged, or like he hasn't seen him in a long time, or maybe both.
Maybe he's hallucinating.
Right, yeah. Again, I come back to what we talked about in our first minute together. Is like, how long has it been since they've seen Skinner? Those kind of things just really get my mind racing. It's like, is this the first time? Has it been that long since he's seen him? Or maybe it's just Mulder's drugged and can't imagine why Skinner's there, which is reasonable. I mean, why would Skinner be there? But the script says, Skinner has to smile, glad to see his old friend alive. Which I don't know that we necessarily got a smile, but I love that sentiment. And it could also suggest that, he hasn't seen Mulder in a long time and he's glad he didn't die,
Yeah.
But yeah, I love when Skinner wraps his coat around him. And then we get the whole fight the future thing again with, I'm cold.
Yeah, poor Mulder. He's
drugged
and cold. And
drugged and cold.
You have to imagine, too, that Skinner's coat would be much more effective in this scenario than Scully's.
It's true.
Well, here, put this on your one arm.
Yeah. I mean, she has it's like that. It's that beautiful tan coat again. Yeah. But it's got to be, it's so small.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need Skin Man's coat. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, he's got that giant overcoat. Whole blanket. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, he needs Tina Mulder's Leather Emporium. Needs to take
Put
a
in a
visit
special
there.
order.
Right.
Yeah, put in a special order.
For when you've been out in the cold too long.
When you've been drugged
Dragged
and thrown in a
across the
shed.
ice.
Have you been plowed off the road and drugged with an animal tranquilizer? Put in your special order. Tina Mulder's Leather Emporium. We'll warm you up.
Yep. That's what it's called for here.
Oh boy.
It is, for sure. Yeah. So this scene, fun fact from the commentary, apparently David Duchovny was friends with Jason Reitman at the time, who he came to visit him on set. And this was like the big climactic scene, like the end of the movie. And Chris Carter, the whole time, he's like, well, I can't, it's like, this is the scene. I can't let them, find out what happened. So he's like, I had him rehearse but like in a fake a bunch of stuff rehearsal. And he's like, I can't imagine what Jason Reitman probably thought about this movie, because he's like, we were kind of just like halfway doing it, but not really. And I was like trying to say stuff under my breath so that they wouldn't hear. And it seems like a really awkward situation.
He could have just pretended that the scene they were filming wasn't important. Like, maybe this was the beginning of the
whole
movie.
climax. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know, or just been like, no, you can't see this part.
Close
Stay
set
off. Yeah.
for the scene. Yeah.
Go back to the trailer.
Right. Yeah, it was funny listening to him talk about it on the commentary, though. He's just like, I was trying to like make it so it was not.
And there was so much done to try to conceal what this movie was about. So it's funny that he was like concerned about that all the way through.
Right. Yeah.
Down to fake pages.
Right. Maybe Chris Carter was making things overly complicated? I don't believe that for a second.
That could
never.
That would never happen.
Absolutely not. Yeah, so that was an interesting little tidbit about that minute. Yeah, and then
I have to say I love the use of Skinner that we've seen in this movie. It was not long, but it was important. Mm-hmm. It was who he is. It was very much him on their side, doing what he can for them. I really enjoyed it. I thought, starting with he's helping Scully, he's calming her down, giving her assurance, ending with he's holding Mulder in his arms. You know, it was a perfect use of Skinner.
It really is.
I thought.
I'm glad they were able to.
It's like a very supportive role, you know, just in general. Supportive, like, and he even says, in my version anyway, he even says, you know, Mulder says something about the girl, and he says, like, Scully's got it, and she's in good hands, or whatever, or capable hands, or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
Scully's got this under control.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, very good use of Skinner. Nice to see him again.
Yeah, and even though he wasn't in it very much, definitely effective and well-placed.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, oh, why are they sticking this guy here? No, he served a role in the narrative. It was important, it was useful, it made sense, and it was nice to see.
Of course. Always nice to see that big, bald, beautiful head. So yeah, we appreciate Skinner. And then after he rescues Mulder, we cut to the unremarkable house, and we get Scully walking in, and the last part of this minute is Mulder says, "What's up, Doc?"
I just noted that is the first thing Mulder and Scully say to each other in the movie. It's like, Mulder, what's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? Yeah. So it makes me question, are they signaling that nothing has changed? They've done this, and Mulder was in a dark place, and he's back in that dark place.
Right, back to the beginning we go.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was a very interesting bookend, almost bookend. There's still more, but yeah. Oh, and we do see Mulder cutting out a newspaper story. Mm-hmm. The FBI arrests modern-day Frankenstein doctor. So I didn't stop to try to read any of that clipping, so maybe it would have said what happened to the head. I did not look that closely. I don't know if there is more to be learned from this or not.
Sure.
But,
yeah. So we'll have to pause it if anybody wants to pause it and look at it.
I'm not even sure we get a clear enough view of it.
Yeah, I don't think it is even on screen that long.
No,
it's like clip, and yeah.
But the fantastic set directors, I'm sure, wrote out a whole article for it.
An article,
no doubt. Yeah. So, if you're interested, I have some Bugs Bunny facts.
Okay. Love to hear Bugs Bunny facts.
I read up on Bugs Bunny and learned more than I ever thought I would know. So,
oh boy.
So the actual line, "What's up, Doc?" was written by director Tex Avery, for his first ever Bugs Bunny film, A Wild Hare. Can you guess the year?
Ooh. I'm betting it's older than I think. Because I know there were, like, iterations of Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
He appeared in, like, yeah. I couldn't even begin to guess, though, what year.
Guesses?
1947.
Close. 1940.
Okay.
Wow.
Not far off.
Cool.
Yeah. Mel Blanc was the voice of Bugs Bunny. Any idea how many years he voiced Bugs Bunny?
Oh, man. I want to say, like, 30 or 40 years, probably. Like, a long time.
I don't know how long. I do remember when he died and they did that special tribute, which was so sweet.
Yeah.
We're speechless. But I don't know how many years. How many? Tell us, Sarah.
It was from 1938 until his death in 1989, which is 52 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
This is not really a question. But according to the Guinness Book of World Records, Bugs Bunny has appeared in more films, both short and long combined, than any other cartoon character.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Even more than Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny is the second cartoon character after Mickey Mouse to receive this honor. Can you guess what it is?
I cannot. What kind of honor might a cartoon character receive?
An Oscar?
Yes.
Emmy?
I think Hollywood.
Oh, does he have a Walk of Fame thing?
A star?
Yeah.
Yep, a star on the Walk of Fame.
On the
He's
Walk
the
of Fame.
second character after Mickey Mouse.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got it in 1985.
Ah.
That's all my Bugs Bunny trivia. So this is your last minutes, right? We're all done after this. Yeah.
I believe so.
How does it feel to reach the end of I Want to Believe? Or almost the end. We got to talk about the climax. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We did get some really good scenes to talk about.
We did.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
This has been a journey.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been I think it feels like more. I mean, I'm obviously less enthusiastic about I Want to Believe as a whole, and so I think it has felt more like a journey, more like a journey this time than when we did Fight the Future.
Yeah.
But we did get really good minutes.
Fight the Future was kind of like a big party. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed that a lot of people think they don't love the movie as much as Fight the Future. Or even they just don't think it's a great movie. So we're starting with less enthusiasm in each of the minutes, just because let's okay, we're talking about this. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just even now we're talking about the climax, and it is not super remarkable or notable.
Right.
Much of what we're talking about isn't that even exciting.
And it's confusing because like I said, I've watched it several times without taking in details, just because there's it's hard to know what to focus on in the scene where they're the operating room, because there's so much being shown. Is that the same person? Who's that woman, and what's this body, and where does it connect, and what are these lines? And it's a lot to take in, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. And it's just what we see from the Mulder and then Scully and then Skinner as they walk into that room. Like, what the hell is going on here? I have that same feeling as I'm watching the movie. It's never quite clear.
Yeah. So. It's a lot. It's a lot happening all at once.
Yeah.
And it's very sinister. And I think that the horror, tension vibes are effective. But I'm not sure how much payoff there is in the end for many of that, build up.
Yeah, because did Scully kill the guy when she whammoed him in the head? Or did he just,
I don't know.
She literally whacked him.
So we don't know. She put him out of commission enough that she could walk away and go tell Skinner to go find Mulder. I mean,
Because he's not in the shed where Mulder is, right?
I think he is. I think she just leaves him there. And, like, then Skinner would be there, so...
Yeah, so we don't know. Or
maybe she dismembered him, like the smart Scully that she is.
Yeah, so it all just sort of fizzles out. Like, okay, it's done. We're done now. We've solved it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's supposed to fizzle. Maybe this is... And like you said, Cathy, like, we're right back at the beginning, almost exactly where we started. And, like, what have we accomplished, really?
Yeah. Has this meant anything? Have we...
I mean, I guess he cleared his name. I guess Mulder...
Right. Which could be all Scully wanted for this. Right. It was like, just do what they asked and then walk away. So that way we have our lives back. But
what did we really accomplish?
They didn't save Monica Bannon.
No.
And they lost at least, they stopped more people from dying, I guess. We did that. We put an end to this little enterprise. So something was done. Yeah. Something was accomplished.
But, like, in terms of our
character-wise, I think we've seen that Mulder is still willing to go into the darkness and Scully wants none of it. And he's still cutting out clippings to hang on the wall, and I'm getting ahead of us. Yeah. Minutes,
but yeah, I think maybe it's supposed, maybe this is on purpose. I'm going to try to give them some credit that this is on purpose.
Yeah.
Where do you think Skinner went? From
back to work, man.
Yeah, just back to the FBI.
Still an assistant
obviously
director.
Back to work. Yeah. Yep. Poor guy never gets promoted. Like,
no, that's because of them.
Oh, Mulder and Scully.
Skinner.
And he wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, Skinner. All right, well, that does it for us. Cathy, where can we find you online?
Oh, yeah, I'm still on the website app formerly known as Twitter. I'm Cathy G. I'm still tweeting about the X-Files every day. I'm working on a new detail spreadsheet, so that's what I'm posting about mostly these days.
Nice. Excellent. Cortlan, where can we find you online?
You can find me and all of my hand lettering and calligraphy art on Twitter and Instagram. If you just search for my name, Cortlan, you should be able to find me in the mix.
And you have a fun Patreon, too.
I do. Yeah, you can also find me on Patreon under the same name.
Yeah. Get lots of fun goodies in the mail. Yeah, and you can find me online at sarahlblair.com. And find the XCast on Instagram, Twitter. There's a Facebook group, the X-Files Basement, XCast Podcast Fan Group. Come and hang out with us there. You can find us on Linktree/the XCast. And join our Patreon at patreon.com/the XCast. So, we've got lots of fun commentaries and other special interviews and things on our available only patrons at Patreon. So yeah, come and hang out with us, and we're gonna finish up these last few minutes of I Want to Believe. Can't believe we're nearing the end. So close. Yet so far, indeed. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us and hanging out with us for a little bit. And until next time, always remember, trust no one.